Hello, little adventurers. Welcome back to the Magical Storytime channel. We're so happy you came back. Get ready to jump into a brand new story filled with mystery, wonder, and surprises. Today's magical tale stars none other than Pinocchio and his kind father, Geppetto. But wait till you hear what happens. They end up on a secret island full of walking clocks, singing birds, and something very strange. So sit tight, because this is a story you won't want to miss. Once upon a time, in the cozy little village of Bella Vista, lived Geppetto, the kind and gentle woodcarver, and his brave wooden boy, Pinocchio, who was now very much alive thanks to a wish and a very special fairy. Geppetto was fixing a cuckoo clock when Pinocchio burst in, eyes wide. "Papa, I had the strangest dream. I was flying with gears and feathers, and something called the Clockwork Island kept ringing in my ears." Geppetto chuckled. "That sounds like quite a dream, Pinocchio." "But it felt real. I think we have to find it." Just then, the cuckoo clock began chiming on its own, 13 times. Wait, 13? "Papa, clocks don't chime 13, whispered Pinocchio. Geppetto's hands froze. "You're right." On the final chime, a mysterious scroll popped out of the clock's wooden door. It read, "To find the truth that ticks unseen, follow the wind to Isle Machine." Pinocchio gasped. "That's it. That's the Clockwork Island." The next morning, Pinocchio and Geppetto packed their bags, including Geppetto's oldest invention, a floating compass powered by sunlight. They were joined by a quirky friend, Clockit, a tiny copper bird with gear wings who chirped in riddles. "Tick-tock, sky unlock. North by 3, fly past the dock," Clockit chirped as he circled above them. "Is that our first clue?" asked Pinocchio. Geppetto nodded. "Let's follow him." They traveled over meadows, forests, and finally across a sparkling blue sea in a tiny boat with the compass spinning like wild. Suddenly, a fog rolled in, a strange one. It smelled like oil and flowers. In the mist, a massive shadow appeared, a floating island made entirely of gears, bronze towers, and spinning wheels. "The Clockwork Island," Pinocchio exclaimed. But just as they approached, crash! A whirlpool sucked them into a hidden cavern beneath the island. They awoke inside a glowing cave. Luminous crystals lit walls lined with ancient clocks, some ticking backward. A voice echoed, slow and mechanical. "Welcome, travelers. You've reached the Undersprings. Time flows differently here." A tall, golden automaton stepped forward. His name was Horatio, guardian of the Clockwork Island. "I guard the ticking core, the heart of the island, but it is dying. Only a being of truth and courage can restore it." Pinocchio raised his wooden hand. "I'll help." Horatio's gears clicked in approval. "Then you must pass 3 trials: the maze of mirrors, the memory bell, and the leap of faith." First came the maze of mirrors. Pinocchio entered a giant hall with mirrors stretching in all directions. He saw reflections of himself, some laughing, others crying, one even sneering. "Which one is the real me?" he whispered. Suddenly all the mirrors spoke. "Only truth will set you free." Pinocchio took a deep breath. "I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I try to be honest and kind." One mirror shimmered and turned into a glowing door. Next was the memory bell, suspended high above on a spiral staircase. To ring it, one had to recall a forgotten memory of someone they love. Geppetto gently nudged his son. "Remember the day we met?" Pinocchio's eyes glowed. "You carved me, and you wished on a star." And I blinked for the first time. Tears welled in Geppetto's eyes. Pinocchio reached out and rang the bell. Dink. A warm wave pulsed through the island. The gears above turned faster. Last was the leap of faith, a massive gear bridge that collapsed behind them as they ran. They had to leap across a spinning chasm. "Jump, Pinocchio!" yelled Geppetto. Pinocchio hesitated. "What if I fall?" Geppetto held out his arms. "Trust me." Pinocchio closed his eyes and leaped, only to find he wasn't falling. A giant feathered gear swooped beneath him. Clockit had returned. "Tick-tock, falling's a trick. Just trust and jump quick," chirped the copper bird. They landed safely at the island's center, the ticking core. The ticking core was almost still, gray and silent. Horatio spoke softly. "Place your hand upon it, brave one." Pinocchio touched it. Suddenly, all his memories rushed into the gears, his lies, his bravery, his choices, his love for Geppetto. The core turned golden. Clocks began ticking, flowers bloomed. The island lifted into the sky, but then a twist. Geppetto began to glow. "Pinocchio, I think the island is granting me a wish." Pinocchio gasped. "What do you wish for, Papa?" Geppetto smiled. "Nothing. I have all I need. But maybe you should have the wish." Pinocchio closed his eyes. "I wish to always be brave, even when I'm scared." And with that, the island sang. Back home, things changed. Clockit lived in their cuckoo clock, now chirping rhymes each morning. Pinocchio didn't need magic to be real. His heart made him more real than ever. Geppetto added a new sign above his shop. "Truth ticks forever." Wow, what a magical journey. Did you enjoy the story? Then give it a big like, comment your favorite part, share with your friends, and of course, subscribe for more magical adventures every week. And tell us which character should go on the next journey. Maybe Peter Pan, Elsa, or even Donkey from Shrek. Let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep your hearts open and your imaginations wild.